Matt Lombardo, Nick Powell outside of the New York Giants Quest Diagnostic Training Center, where the Giants, losers of 3 straight and 3 games back of the Eagles in the NFC East. It's been an interesting day here at Quest Diagnostic. Nick, I have to ask, on the heels of this losing streak and falling behind the Eagles in the division, what's the mood like in this locker room, and has Tom Coughlin lost this team?
Well, addressing the first question, I think the mood is pretty somber. I mean, 3-5, they had a real opportunity to make some headway in the division against the Colts, and that kind of fell short. So, the mood is, I think there's a real sense of urgency. This is a tough road opponent in Seattle, and they need to come away with, an upset. So, I mean, as far as Coughlin losing the locker room, I don't think he has. There's been some comments I know that you heard that maybe, shed some light as to what the players think, and then the lack of passion, lack of energy. But I think there's enough veteran voices in this locker room, enough Coughlin allies that can kind of hold the team together. But what do you think?
I thought it was real interesting today when you talk to a guy like Jason Pierre-Paul, who's been around and, won a lot of games here for this team. He said that he looks around the locker room and he sees some of his teammates are lacking heart.
A lot of talking going on, but at the end of the day, it's all about heart. I can sit here and talk all day to y'all, but at the end of the day, it's all about that individual and what he's got going on.
Is it missing?
Yeah, it's definitely missing out of a lot of guys. So.
Then you talk to Mike Patterson, and Patterson, of course, a former Eagle. He was on that 4-8 team, or 4-12 team rather, Andy Reid's final season with the Eagles, where there was kind of a lot of guys turning it off and checking out for the last half of the season. He said it's not the case here with the Giants. The guys know what you need to do to win, that it's kind of a win next week or go home type of mentality. So it's going to be very interesting to see going up to Seattle, taking on a Seahawks team that has only lost twice at home since 2013, how they respond to this week. And looking ahead to that game, Nick, one final question for you. Who's the X factor for the Giants going into this game? Who can turn the tide? Who can help stem this losing streak?
My X factor is Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, he's the one real playmaker that the Giants have on their offense right now. He's got an incredibly tough matchup. We'll probably draw Richard Sherman on the Seahawks, all-pro cornerback. But if Beckham can get some deep shots, get something going, just get the ball in his hands any way possible to get this offense, get some points on the board, then I think the Giants can stay competitive on Sunday.
Matt Lombardo, Nick Powell coming to you from the Giants training facility. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll look ahead to Sunday's game against the Seahawks.